Okay guys, Ben from KCT here, the real one, here to make your life 200 times more handsome. Today, as you can probably see, we're going to take a look at the Strike Industries Link HSK, or Hand Stop Kit in modern English. So, before we get into this, again, I like Strike Industries a lot. I do. They've made some great products, and I have been using and following them since their main product was essentially the buffalo wings for Glock. Yes, if you don't know what those are, Google it. It's fun. But, and there's always a but, there are certain things that, well, we'll get right into it. What can I say about a thing except it is a thing? So here we are. This is the regular Link anchor, whatever it is. The 3-piece kit. Guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. All right, guys, let's get right into it. So, if you're a fan of Strike Industries, and you probably are, or maybe you just hate them and you're watching this video because you hate them and want to see them fail or whatever, you probably know that they do make some quirky stuff. Some of their stuff is really, really cool. Some of it is a little bit weird. Some of the design choices are different, and their aesthetic is really interesting, and I think that's one of the things that I really like. Strike has been a company that has always strived to make a versatile product. However, in this case, I think that the versatility of the product is actually its downfall. So, if you watch my review of the Link Hand Stop, it's awesome, except it's a Link. What does that mean, Ben? Well, Link stuff is made to go on M-LOK and Keymod. Now, it sounds great, right? Well, at the end of the day, the two systems exist apart because they're two different things. And you can say one is better than the other, and certain things they are. But they're their own thing. Now, to make certain things adapt to the other one, it's not super hard. However, in making the product more versatile, I think in many cases you actually hamper the options for the end user. Now, I say this not owning any Keymod and not ever intending to. I got M-LOK from the jump, and that was it. I picked up Keymod and set it down, and I've done warehouse racking before, and that's exactly what that is, so there was no need for me to proceed any further with that. Now, if you have Keymod and you have M-LOK, like I've been a pick rail guy, and then of course there's the Midwest Industries, they have their own proprietary stuff. But I never kind of went into these weird things. I just went from Picatinny to M-LOK. So there's just a lot of similarities, but there's enough stuff that the things do differently that can make it kind of a pain to work with. And we'll take a look at why that is right now. So if we look at the kit as 3 pieces, angled grip here, which is kind of funky compared to some of the other ones out there. The hand stop piece, which I really like. Okay, this is really, really nice. It's just big enough. That fits right on. And yeah, it's great. I think it's got a good texture and barricade stop. I'll stop doing that, guys. I'm so sorry. And then here's your little intermediate piece in the middle. So they show you 3+ different ways. They actually on their website shows like 20 of them, but anyways, there you are. I guess you'd use your, QD or whatever QR code thing to look it up, but you can type too. So, what are my impressions? Well, I did like the Cobra handguard that they have, and if you look at the front of this, it's pretty similar. It is chonky. Okay, so not like super heavy comparatively, but if you look, I mean, these are big chonkin panels. Now, I bet you're sitting there going,
"Oh, Ben, you don't know what you're talking about. The Magpul also has a chunky panel, don't you know?"
Well, pile of bullshit tactical gear that talks behind me. Let's take a look. So, that's the Magpul here versus the chunky boy from Strike. I mean, it's like twice. Now, not all that is girth that stands up, because obviously it goes around the rail, a little U shape there. There you go. All right. And the Magpul M-LOK cover does too. But, and again, there's always a but. It's freaking huge for what it is. I know. So, I don't understand why they made it that big. We'll take a look at some of the rail options and how things are a little bit more limited because of it. Again, I know that, like, you actually have to really see these together to truly understand the way of the chonk. So, I mean, maybe that'll give you a good idea. It's ridiculous. Now, if you have a skinny handguard and you need something bigger to get your hand around, cool. Well played. This is a good idea then. But let's take a look here. So, this is the B5 Systems Super Slim Handguard M-LOK Variety. And it is just that, probably the thinnest handguard I've ever seen, which is almost ridiculously thin. Go ahead and get that chopped off there. And so, when we go to mount the hand stop kit, you know, we can do, you know, this. It works out great. This doesn't work at all.
But Ben, why would you want to put this on the side when clearly
tactical bullshit gear pile? You might want to do that because it's a free country and this is M-LOK and fuck it, who cares? So, you know, like,
oh, I don't understand why you cared about that.
Well, look at this. If I want to put this panel here on the side, because this is the 12 and the 6th, you can't at all, right? There's just way too much space. Now,
well, Ben, actually, I think you don't know what you're talking about again, because clearly, you know, if you use the Magpul, it won't go on there either.
Okay, look. Right. So it doesn't go on there, right? It doesn't. You can smash it down and make it go. But, there's, again, always a but. You can actually do this with the Magpuls if you are an absolute fucking Chad and you use my spicy Magpul conversion kit idea. And just tap off the wings, pop it on, good to go. I should put a video link in the description there for you, hungry and thirsty people. But yeah, that's exactly how that works. That's exactly what you do. Now, you can sand this down, like grind it down on the sides. I mean, you can. That's more work than I'm willing to put in for something that just should have been, I don't know. It should have been designed like that in the first place, I think. I don't know what the design decision was behind it. I just know that, yeah, it's yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at something else here. This nasty girl out here. So we can see that around here there's a whole bunch of the modded M-LOK rail panels, and they actually fit very close to the Strike Industries rail covers for the M-LOK system. Let me put this over here, and it's like screwing over here. And look at that. That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, it's not screwed in, but come on, guys. Come on, guys. So, I don't know. And this is like seven-sided M-LOK. So, yeah, I mean, you can, theoretically, but I don't know. It just doesn't really want to line up. And I've not seen anything additional. I mean, they have the rail or the wire cable management system, but there's nothing that I've seen that's essentially more of these that they make. Maybe I haven't been on their website enough lately, but I digress. So, what do I think? Well, this part is pretty good, and this part's okay. This part's really good. So, there you go. I think the biggest thing is what do you need it for, and what are you planning to do with it? Now, what I did with the Anchor link kit is chopped off a bunch of shit over here, and we'll take a look at that closer to the camera. Let's see here. We can see there and there, and the tabs here and here. Now, why did I do that? Because with it being a link system, it's set up to do both M-Lock and keymod, which I don't have. Now, with that, it means that it does not quite line up perfectly with M-Lock. Like, there's certain things that you essentially can't do because of the keymod nubs there. So, like, you have to actually have it line up a certain way, and it's got to, like, straddle the slots a certain way, and it's just, it's crazy. So, this is just a bitch to fit on anything. Like, when it does, it's awesome, but the reason it's not on a gun is because it's such a pain in the ass to just get it to work on something. And, same thing here. There's these little nubbins, and they're really hard to pick up, but, there's these two little knobs there. Knobs! And those are to line it up with, both the keymod and the M-Lock. But as I don't have keymod, and I never will, I don't care. And so what's happened is that Strike has put out a product that, yes, if you have keymod and you have M-Lock, hey, hooray, that's awesome. Go you. Then this probably makes a lot more sense. But because I don't and never will own keymod, I don't give a fuck. And now what it is all this extra versatility is, yes, I can mount it on a system that I don't use. And because of that, it's harder to mount and harder to use, and generally it stays off any gun because space is at a premium or whatever. So, yeah. So, I like the idea. I like the fact that it's kind of bridges a little bit between your average, panel type thing and more like a hand stop type thing where you have a thicker system. And I think that the grip is pretty well done. I mean, they've done it so you can actually run it backwards. If you're Lucas Botkin and you just that guy, there's really no issues with that. But I don't like it. Doesn't hit right for me. And then like, oh well, the keymod things, and it's like I just don't want to. Sorry. And there's these weird, inexplicable design decisions. That's like, so it's probably hard to see, but here are knobs here and here, and then the screw, and then nothing really here. Well, guess what? If you want to mount it on M-Lock, like, this is not going to work a certain way. Let's see if I can show you guys. I probably fit on the same noise. Maybe? No? Yes? Okay. So, now it's like half over the thing here, and then it kind of locks, you expect your pieces to lock. I mean, not like lock in and stay, but because of the way that the system is designed with those pegs, that it should not just slide from slot to slot like your mother and Coke. And it does. So, like, even if we look at the, MAGA poo, so we can't really fit the whole thing into one, but there's that recoil lug. So now, it's not going anywhere. So when we move it further there, it's not going anywhere. Where this, it's like, okay, cool. There. Go here, go here, go here. Mag pull, it stays. You're not going anywhere. And I understand that those are two different designs. Okay, thank you. So, what do I say without getting too long-winded with this? If it works for you, then buy it. For me, it felt like it was kind of a waste of money. It did not do what I wanted it to do, and Had I done more product research, maybe I could have found that out, but I was also going to do a review on it in the first place. So I kind of had to have it either way. They did not pay me for this. They did not give me this. I bought this with my own money, and they probably wish I hadn't. Well, I'm not saying too many negative things. I'm just saying that for me, it's not the right thing to do. But, I mean, I may have a handguard later or something where I'm just like, holy shit, this thing is awesome. It's just as of right now, and you'll be, oh my god, man, you use the smallest handguard. How is he gonna, oh, me making fun of them? Dude, there's, use the Magpul SL handguard. It's like a fucking toaster oven. It's huge. And it doesn't take that either. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, guys. What do you think? Tell us in the comments, you know, does it tickle your fancy? Are you fancy because it tickles you? Are you just fancy? Are you extra? Are you mad extra? Put something down in the comments and let me know and tell me what you think. And if there's something else you'd like to see me review, let me know. Guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you on the next one. See you!